Hello and welcome to part 4 of the Final Fantasy Z tutorial series. In this video we're going to be talking about deck building and the symbols that are included in the game. So I figured what better place to start than the symbol guide in the Octagon Deck Builder. This is actually the first card when you pull up the deck builder, just giving you a little primer of what you're about to get into. And this symbol guide covers the types. These are the main symbols that are across all the characters in the game, and then also the majority of the cards will have a symbol of some kind on them. Let's start with the swords attack. This is going to be like your physical attacker type of card, and then we're going to go right into black magic. And all of these, by the way, are pulled from the Final Fantasy XIV symbols, the class symbols, if you're kind of geeky like me about this stuff. Next could be red magic, white magic, and blue magic. So if you see these symbols on your card, you kind of know what you're getting into as far as the archetype, at least as you get into the game and start to figure out what these archetypes are about. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and talk about the elements. And I don't have a card quite laying these out as plainly as this one yet, but that is on the horizon here soon. But let's go ahead and just type fire in and see what happens. So this is going to be your red crystal, and every card with a red crystal is going to in some way interact with fire. And they all kind of deal with like removing cards. So you could type in fire and any of your traditional elements from Final Fantasy, right? Like you've got your water. This is going to double as water and ice in this game. And water and ice actually has a pretty robust list of effect types that they get to interact with. So that is all your water cards. Let's go ahead and type lightning in there, see what comes up, which is going to be quite a bit as well. You have a bunch of lightning cards and characters elemented in this game. Let's see here. Lightning is going to typically interact with like hand advantage and hand disruption type effects. And so while you're building these decks, if you have a question, like let's say I click on Ject and I see this blue crystal on him, I don't know what I'm looking at, you can actually go, well actually now I'm noticing he's not listed as that, so let's use a different character. Jill Warwick, I'll fix that before this comes out. Jill Warwick. Okay, so let's say you're looking at a character and you're not quite sure what you're looking at as far as the symbol. In the Octagon Deck Builder, it actually makes this whole process very simple. If you look at Synergy right there, it gives you swords and water crystal for Jill Warwick. So right there, you know she is a water crystal character. You could type in water up here, and this will give you a whole list of cards and characters that she works with. And then also, if you come up here, and let's say you do swords, it's going to do the same thing, right? You're going to get a whole bunch of cards with swords on them and characters that she might interact with because they also use swords cards. And this is one way to go about your deck building when making a deck for this game. And one thing to keep in mind, I don't think I mentioned this in the other videos, is if a card doesn't have any type of symbol on it, you don't need a symbol to have it. So for example, let's take a look at a card like Potion. This card doesn't have any synergy effects, it's just a card to be used, right? So you can use this card with anybody, and any card like this that doesn't have any symbols or heroes only or anything like that, same thing. So one thing I haven't talked much about yet is cards with the text only. And some cards will say only on them. Let's find something here. Like Conquer. It says Gaius only. Only Gaius can use this card. Where some cards will say Soldier only. Only a soldier can use this card. And if you want to know if a character that you like can use this card, all you have to do is come up here to your class. Let's type Soldier. And this is going to pull up all your soldier cards and characters. So everybody who's a soldier in Final Fantasy is going to be able to access this card. Just keep in mind when you're deck building, the card maximum is 40 cards. And as you're building, be thinking about defending against your opponent, playing cards during the planning step, building that into your win condition for the deck. But overall, I think this gives you a well enough primer on just enough to get you started in the game. And I'm looking forward to uploading some tutorial videos as far as like full match playthroughs here in the next day or so. So look forward to that. And if you have any questions, please just @me. I'm available all the time on Discord. Just shoot me an @ and say, hey man, what do you think about this? And again, if you have any final questions, I couldn't figure this out, I didn't see it in the rules. Well, first of all, check that rules page. It has quite a lot of great information. There are some mechanics and keywords that I didn't cover in this video series to keep it simple, that if you have a question, go there and check that out, see if that answers your question, and if it didn't quite get you there, feel free to shoot me a message. Anyway, thank you so much, and I really hope you enjoy the Final Fantasy Z card game. Put a lot of time and effort into this, and look forward to getting some games in with you. Catch you later.